two of us, I guess, today.
Yes, I believe so. And the people that sometimes watch on YouTube, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right, we're live on YouTube. So good evening, everybody. Let me just close my window. Hold on a second. All right, so there's an audio car passing by. So if you don't have some of them in your neighborhood, then you're rich, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let me introduce myself first of all. This is Leandro. I forgot my old agent. Yes, 34. I'm 34 years old. And I live here in Santa Catarina, Florianopolis, and I've been here as a host for 2 years. I got a reminder this morning on LinkedIn that I've been here for 2 weeks, for 2 years as a host, and for more time as a talker. So it's been a good experience so far. And so about me, that's it. I work with IT. I have nothing really special or interesting about me, but I believe this is enough. What about you? Can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, Leandro. Really nice to meet you. I am Karina. I am 26. I live in São Paulo, city. I work as a product designer, so it's the same field of technology. Um, I live with my husband, and we have a kitten together. Um, What else about me? My main interest is, I think it's jiu-jitsu. I like to practice jiu-jitsu. I also read and I usually watch a lot of TV shows, so I'm kind of addicted to that. And yeah, I think it's based
Oh,
off me.
nice to meet you. And actually, I am an eternal white. I forgot how to say white band. Can I say regarding jiu-jitsu?
White belt. Uh-huh.
White belt things for that. So I'm an eternal white belt, the most dangerous person on a mat, right?
Yes, I think so.
Cool. So tonight we are supposed to talk about the power of solitude, and we have a couple of questions to guide our conversation. And I will go with the first question to you, of course, and then you can read the next one, and we can do the best arrangement here. So.
Okay.
Karina, what does solitude mean to you? Do you think it is different from loneliness?
Solitude for me, it's like spend a quality time with yourself. So embrace who you are and things you like to be you and spend this time with you. It's different. For me, it's different from loneliness because loneliness is like a sad feeling, I guess, when you feel sad to be alone. And solitude, it's the opposite. And when you are like happy to be alone, you enjoy this time alone just by yourself. So I think it's for me is the main difference between two of them. And yeah, I think it's that. What's your opinion about?
I agree with you, and I believe it's a matter of choice because when we talk about solitude, we are choosing to be alone for a while.
Yeah.
And of course, I would say natural, but natural is not the right word. I would say for a healthy amount of time. Like you won't spend like 2 months without contacting anybody. Even if you live alone by yourself, you need to interact with human beings outside, right? But when you talk about loneliness, maybe loneliness, oh boy, loneliness. Maybe you don't have choice, like you don't have anybody to be with you, to share some experience. And I agree with you, and I believe they are completely different. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, and do you enjoy spending time alone? It's the second question.
Um, To be honest, I used to spend more time alone before. Now I'm just always busy or working or I don't know, surrounded by people at the gym or other places, or I stay with my husband. So I'm not the kind of person who enjoys the own solitude. I guess I'm not this kind of person. I used to be once in the past, but now I'm always surrounded by people, I guess. Sometimes I like to stay just by myself. For example, I like to go to the gym, to the escalators, and stay there with my headphones, just like doing my exercise. But it's rare, to be honest. I prefer to be with others in company. But once or twice, I went to Florianopolis, for example, just by myself, alone, and it was amazing. It was a great experience to travel by myself, do things I wanted. But nowadays, I don't think I'm this kind of person anymore.
Cool. Interesting. Actually, now that you mentioned that you've been here alone, all by yourself, have you ever had the feeling that okay, I'm visiting an awesome place, wonderful, but if I take a picture or if I take a video, I cannot transmit, I cannot catch this feeling, you know? All this landscape, and all of a sudden you miss someone with you. Anybody. It can be a friend, it can be a boyfriend, husband, a
Hmm.
cousin, anyone. But I mean, you miss someone to share this moment with you. It's totally different. You can have like 1,000 pictures, videos. It's not the same. Have you
Hmm.
ever had that feeling? No.
Yes. Yes, I think last year I went to a trip, but I was with my husband. But at this moment, like looking that landscape, I missed my father. So, oh, my dad would like to do this kind of thing too. So, in some way, yes, like alone, no, I've never felt this way alone, just wishing someone next to me when I'm traveling alone, for example. But sometimes not just alone, but feel miss someone in you are with someone, but you are missing another person. Like in this example was my father.
Interesting. Interesting. I wasn't I wasn't feeling that. Actually, I don't travel alone that much. So the last experience I had, wow, it was 10 years ago, 2015. I was by myself, a vacation trip on motorcycle, and I've spent like 3 weeks out of home, and I have just met my girlfriend that now is my wife. And okay, we have met in May, let's say in May, and in July I had this trip already scheduled, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I went by myself. It was my last breath of freedom. I'm
Uh-huh.
joking. I'm joking, but I was feeling like, okay, a lot of days out of home and missing someone to be with me, enjoying that lot of information that I was flooded, if I can
Hmm.
say that, you know. So, but now that you mentioned, it's a totally different, and got, I got it. I got it. And as far as I can remember, I already have had this feeling as well. Like, okay, mainly for people that are not between us anymore,
Hmm.
right? And we always regret. Sometimes we regret, and it's too late because when we have this company, we don't enjoy as much as we can. And then when we lose them, well, it's hard feeling to talk about. Let's go back. Let's circle back to the questions because otherwise we are getting too emotional.
Yeah. So, what's your opinion about three? What are some benefits of spending time in solitude? In solitude.
I like to have small cycles of it. Like, for example, if I can spend some time on the office all by myself, that's great. I work remotely on a remotely basis, but I can go to my office and spend a little amount of time alone, and it's some kind of a recharging stuff. Not actually recharge and relax, but it's something like I need to spend some time alone. It doesn't matter if it is to concentrate a little bit more or if it is to think clearly or even to avoid any distraction.
Mm-hmm.
When you are at home trying to do something and then you remember, I have to do the wishes, I have to clean the house, I have to do this, I have to do that. And when you go to a different place, to the office or something like that, okay, I gotta do this now, you know even though we have a lot of distractions on the internet, if we work in a computer, I believe you work on a computer as well. So we have internet access, we have access to the entire world at a click of distance. So this is really hard to concentrate. But cycle back to the point, yes, I believe there are some benefits. It's the third question, right?
Yeah.
So the main one is to improve our concentration and sometimes to organize our thoughts and ideas on our mind. That's my
Mm-hmm.
point. What
Yeah, I
about you?
agree. I agree with you. Today, for me, for example, it's really hard to be just by myself because, for example, the cell phone, it's a huge distraction for me. So sometimes I am watching a TV show and I pause to respond a message. And after this, I enter on Instagram and scrolling my screen a lot. So it's kind of difficult because we have like a lot of distraction. But as you said, when you focus on the moment, can be really great for concentration. So we can focus on what are you doing or our thoughts or maybe enjoying your moments with yourself. So I don't know, sometimes you think you don't like something, but when you try just by yourself, you can try and like it. For example, jiu-jitsu for me was basically this. I was looking for something to do. It's not just by myself because we need other person to fight. But I was thinking about, I don't know, a hobby, something to do just by myself. So I found jiu-jitsu. So when you have this moment with you, searching things you like, searching what kind of thoughts you want to have, I think it's important and can be really grateful for you as a person.
Interesting. For how long or have you been practicing jiu-jitsu?
For years.
Years.
Yeah.
Wow. What belt do you have?
Blue.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Still in blue.
Yeah. I have a little son. He is 4 years old, and we have moved to a different neighborhood recently. And in the middle of all the changing stuff, moving stuff, I have how can I put this together? I have I have a goal for myself to find a good academy, a good gym, good gymnasium to come back practicing jiu-jitsu with him. I believe it's 100% necessary
Mm-hmm.
to create to for I don't know how to say that in English, to create a person or to build his personality, his self-confidence, and also
Mm-hmm.
to have some physical activity. So this is on my wish list on top of that. I have to do my homework on that. But I'm
Sounds nice.
exhausted.
And
I'm
you will
exhausted.
have like a quality moment with him. So,
Yeah, actually, I believe I won't practice with him, but I want to be there.
uh-huh, yeah.
And as an example, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I have my kimono, my white belt with degrees on that. But I remember he went to the gym with me sometimes, but he was really small, you know, like 2 years old, 2.5 years old, and he didn't understand at that point what was happening there. I I share with him, look, we are playing around, you know what I mean? We are getting some fun. But right now, from now on, 4 years old and beyond, I believe it's something that he needs to
Mm-hmm.
practice to learn his own limits and to also to know how to defend himself.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
So I have to do that, but you know, when you are exhausted, you don't have any spare time and you only want to sleep. That's me right
Mm-hmm.
now.
Yeah.
Cool. And speaking of that, how does solitude help you relax or recharge? The fourth question.
Let me
Or
see.
not. Maybe you don't have any solitude moment right now. So
Yeah, not often. Sometimes when I'm like just by myself watching a TV show, for example, it's okay. I can relax a little bit, but the cell phone is my enemy. So basically, I can't focus so much in my time, like spending time with myself, my thoughts. I can. Lately, I'm just like watching TV shows and after TV shows, go to work or go cook or wash dishes. So I'm always like doing a lot of things, and I can enjoy time too with myself. So I'm not like a solitude kind of person lately, I guess.
you know what? I was speaking of that these days with my wife. I said, look, we never look to the sky. We never appreciate uh, a morning, you know, that morning breeze, or
Mm-hmm.
when the moon is huge in the sky. We never
Mm-hmm.
observe that anymore. We don't, oh, today my English is terrible. We never spend some time doing nothing, just
Mm-hmm.
breathing. As you said, we are always looking to the screen and scrolling down something. It can be Google, it can be news portal, any local news portal, or Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, X. Oh boy. You know what? I have uninstalled my Instagram app and LinkedIn app as well because I've been spent tons of hours on that and useless time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Doing absolutely nothing, like watching a truck crash in Europe makes no sense. Why am I watching it? Because the algorithm keeps suggesting you interesting stuff. Hey, look at this, look at that. Have you seen it? Have you seen that? It's it's a completely disaster. And all of a sudden it's time to do our stuff. We have to have dinner, we have to take showers, sleep, and we regret. At the end of the day, we regret all that time wasted.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to me, and I believe you have almost the same feeling, and then you start procrastinating.
Yeah, like I feel I'm always doing something, but this something means basically nothing because I'm just working and organizing stuffs, and sometimes I feel I'm not living like the day. I am just passing through this day. So it's like kind of this feeling.
Remember, Naval Ravikant has mentioned on the video, there's too much noise.
Mm-hmm.
We are over socialized. There's too much noise. Like I remember someone saying that. right now, if you live in São Paulo, if you go to the Paulista Avenue in a rush hour, you're going to see more people faces than like 200 years ago, someone working in the field, someone working in the countryside would see in their entire life. This is
Yeah.
crazy. This is crazy. And we're still having the same hardware, even though we have like some software updates recently. I mean, we have a totally different development and skill set comparing to 200 years ago, a countryside person, but it's too much information. Like
Hmm.
hundreds of millions, I don't know how to measure this amount of information. Like different person, different people, I would say, different people, faces, different opinions, data, content, videos, audio, series, movies, news. And if you turn on your TV like 30 years ago, 1995, the world is ending. Like we are just one step for the collapse. And if you turn on your TV right now, 8 p.m., watching the main television news program, the world is again is still just on the edge of a collapse. So this kind of sensationalism, I would say sensationalism. I don't know if I am just translating in a free in a free way, but this urgency, oh, something's gonna happen. Be aware, we are almost doing this. We are almost going to a third world wars. You know what I mean? Something like, leave me alone, let me breathe, let me process that much information I have. And on the other hand, we have tons of tasks to do. We have
Hmm.
our job, we have our house, we have our family, our children, our pet. Boy, it's something like, hold on a second. What am I doing here? I'm getting crazy. And some people are crazy right now due to this mental exaggeration, mental stress, you know what I mean? So maybe if you regarding the question and coming back to the questions, if solitude help you to relax, it depends. If you're going to take a stroll, to take a walk alone by yourself without any headset, cell phone, uh, maybe it can be recharging. Like, okay, the same person, Naval Ravikant from the video that I shared with you, he also said, look, imagine your mind as a mailbox. We got tons of emails daily or maybe weekly, monthly. That's how our brain works. Like we have a lot of things, a lot of thoughts. Let's just think about it. Like, okay, let me open up this new email. All right, it's red. It's red. Let me read the next one, the next one. And all of a sudden, okay, I have reviewed all my thoughts. Now I can re not rest in peace, but I can be in peace for at least some time. So this is a good relationship, good correlation when you compare our mind with a mailbox. And if we don't have time to read or to think about all this stuff, that all these ideas that are right now running from here to there on our minds, we are getting stressed and we are getting almost crazy. So I believe solitude helps you relax or recharge to some extent if you have like something healthy to do in the meantime. Okay. All right. I mean, our conversation has been really good. I'm enjoying it, but we have to move forward. We don't have it actually, but it's good to explore the question. So, do you mind to read and answer the fifth question to us?
Do you think people today spend enough time alone? Why or why not? I don't think people spend enough time alone nowadays. I think, as you said, we are in a world really crowded, and we have like multiples scenarios, a lot of things to do. We have to work, and we can enjoy our day. So I think when you have a time to rest, we just go to sleep. So we are really exhausted. So I think don't we don't have much time alone, and we don't have time. I forgot how to say, but sobrando for this kind of things. So today, I think the way societies is completely fast and doesn't allow us to spend time with us. And when we have some time, we usually just go to sleep or spend time with cell phones or do unproductive things. So I think today it's basically that.
So you are 26 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if it is from your time, but do you remember that band, rock band, English rock band called Oasis?
Mm-hmm.
They have oh, I'm speaking like a an elder man. No, I'm 34.
Yeah.
But but they have a song called The Importance of Being Idle, like doing nothing for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I don't recall off the top of my head if the lyrics have something with solitude or doing nothing at all, but I remember the name of this song, and sometimes it's good to be idle, doing nothing. Like, okay, I'm just here. What are you doing? Nothing. How's that possible? Yeah, it is. We can. Like, I'm not watching TV, not listening to anything, not reading. I like to read actually, and I consider that read can organize our brain again because it's a something physical, it's not on a screen. But when I say doing nothing, like to have spare time, when we have like a couple of minutes or hours spare time, we tend to fill that up doing something, sometimes useless, most
Yeah.
of the time useless. So it's been really hard to leave, and and we are probably not wrong. We are living a different way than the before generations were used. But I mean, I don't consider these like healthy way to live. I don't consider. And as the fifth question asks us, I don't think people spend enough time alone nowadays. I can give you the example of my wife, and I always told her that she had fear of be alone alone with herself. Something like, okay, if I am not doing nothing, if I don't have any company right now, I'll have to deal with my thoughts. This is scary sometimes. At least
Mm-hmm.
I at least I feel like that way when I have some spare time, I try to fill this up doing something with someone else or doing something like consume some content. And I believe it would be better if I could spend more time alone doing nothing. And at the end of the day, I believe it's a matter of equilibrium. Okay, we won't be like half a year alone doing nothing. You know what I mean? But sometimes we need at least a couple of hours during the week doing nothing, thinking of our thoughts, reading our internal emails, you know, just reading. Because it seems when there's something negative on our mind, we keep uh, reviewing it again and again and again. So but when something is positive, oh, okay, that's good, and all of a sudden you forgot, But when it's something negative, you keep remembering, you keep suffering, and if you're an anxious person, you keep creating scenarios that will never happen. And
Yeah.
I can speak by myself because it's really scary when you have a lot of possibilities and you're spending energy, because while we are thinking, we are spending energy creating scenarios and playing this film again, this movie again and again, and it will never happen. Wow. So, sixth question. What activities do you like to do when you're alone? And I can answer that one. I like to drive,
To
you
drive,
know? Yes, to nowhere. Like, okay,
just enter the car and drive.
play some music from the 80s that remembering from the road, and that's it. So I don't have that a lot of places to go, but
Hmm.
sometimes I have to go from this point where I am to the next city, and
Hmm.
I like to do that. Like, okay, I have to go there by myself, and then I play my Spotify, mainly most played playlist, like from the 80s, 90s, and I really enjoy it. So most of the time I like to do that, and also I like to work around the house, like cleaning, fixing something, or even carrying some material. I am moving, so I have a lot of stuff to do. So
Hmm.
that's what I like to do when I am alone. What about you?
I can drive in São Paulo to relax because it's so much traffic. So we'll be extremely opposite to this. But in my free time alone, I like sometimes to lay down into bed with my cat and pet her a lot. So, and she purrs a lot. So I think it's kind of relaxing just stay with her, like petting her, and she purrs. Um, Also, I like sometimes to go to the, I forgot the word in English, but varanda in my apartment, to balcony. I think it's
Balcony.
balcony. Balcony. To go to the balcony, to sit there with a book and just, I don't know, see the window, see what's going out there. And also, I really like to organize my things, like organize my house. So clean, wash the dishes, do everything. I just put a podcast on Alexa and it starts to clean up and organize everything. I think it's the kind of thing I like to do by myself in my free time, just with me.
Cool. And it's funny because when you are living in São Paulo, in that big buildings that I'm assuming that you live, and you go to the balcony and you can see like 15 different neighbors doing the same, like trying to enjoy some time.
Yeah, but my balcony, it's for me is the better, is the best one because I just have trees. I have like a
You
boss
have
here.
the best
Yeah, so
spot
my
on the
view,
condo.
yeah, my view it's
Wow.
really nice. I think that's why I like to go there because if I go to the other window, like in my room, I will see other buildings and my neighbors. It's not so cool. I prefer to look at the balcony and see the trees, see the birds, see a little of nature that I have here in São Paulo.
Cool. I have a friend of mine that lives in São Paulo in the 19th floor, so really high.
Mm-hmm.
So, and but his balcony is in front of the pool of the building. So
Really noisy.
yeah, a lot of people playing, they have the right. And also you have the other towers and people spending time on the balcony as well. But I also have an acquaintance that is rich, really rich, and he has bought all the land around his property. So he owns the house and he owns the side land.
Hmm.
with just trees. So no neighbors. And if you go to the balcony of your house, just the trees because you own all the around properties. So I believe this is the definition of being rich, okay? Not having millions, no, nothing like that. Like you own the house and you own the entire neighborhood just for you.
I agree. I agree.
Right. So we have like 13 minutes and we have four left questions. Do you want to choose one, read and answer to us?
Let me see. We already talk about the eight, about
But that
travel.
that's okay.
Uh, I think we can go with the seven, I guess. Can solitude help with creativity or problem solving? How? In my opinion, yes, because when you have like a problem or you need to create something or do something. Especially for me, I work as a designer, so sometimes I need just to be alone in my room. Just just sometimes my cat is here, like zooming, and I put her out because I need to focus. I need to just be me
Wow.
working by myself because helps a lot to organize your thoughts, to have a quiet space to work, to concentrate in something. So I think the best way to find sometimes answer, you are, I don't know, if you have like a issue, you are thinking about something, have a moment with you just to guide your thoughts to the right place, write a little bit can help a lot. So I think for work, for problems with yourself, for I don't know, a lot of things. Being alone, it's really useful and helps a lot. In other case, of course, if you need, you can find, for example, in work, if you can find a solution just by yourself, of course, you have like a group to answer. You have like support in other people, but at least begin alone, just start the tasks alone, start to do our things alone. I think it's the best way to find the answers.
Cool. Do you work fully remote?
No, I work hybridly. Sometimes I need
Hybrid,
to, yeah,
on a
to go
hybrid
to the
basis.
office.
Okay.
3 times a week I need to go there.
I didn't say anything,
I know.
but yeah. Can I ask you something about regarding your job? When you say design, uh, you said product design.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same of image design. It's something like you are not drawing anything,
Uh,
creating images. You are building a product. You're building a solution like a flow. Is that
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I am a product designer, which is the same thing as UX, UI designer.
I got
So
it.
yeah, it's the same thing.
User
But
experience.
yeah, user experience. But the other kind of designer is the graphic designer. The
Graphic
designer
design.
who yeah, who design for
Work
example
with image.
magazines or I don't know, things for Instagram, etc.
I got it. I got it. So you have to create to build an interface.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
You have to integrate. You are building the interface of any system, I would say, because you know the functionalities, the features, and then you have to think, okay, how that can be uh, usable, I would say, or how
And
that can be I would
I
say not, it's not useful. I believe there's more adjectives that can define it better,
I
right?
yeah, I need to take care of the usability of this product, the appearance of this product. If this product match some users' needs, also the business needs. So I need to match these things.
What a
So,
nightmare.
but it's basically design interfaces.
Hmm, I got it.
Basically, but it's not the only thing. I
I
wish
got
it
it.
was.
It's pretty straightforward when we describe our jobs, but when it comes to the reality, it's not that simple.
Yeah.
Cool, interesting. So let me answer the seven question. Can solitude help with creativity or problem solving? I would say I'm not that creative person. I believe you have to have this on your soul. I wouldn't say soul, but it's something that you're born with, like being creative. Like when I am helping my son to do the homework, I cannot like the teacher asked, you can create blah blah, and I asked my wife, hey, it's your call. She is a graphic designer, so she understand colors, she understand combinations, and it's not my. I was born and raised to fix things, you know. So I am a support engineer, and then I fix problems. I am not a sales guy. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not a creative person. I have something that works that way, and sometimes it breaks, and I need to fix it. That's it.
Hmm.
So in my case, I believe sometimes solitude isn't is a must-have because I need to concentrate and to follow my steps, my decision tree to solve a problem. I have my own approach to a different situation, a lot of different situations, but I have been evolved it uh, from as my experience was happening, I would say. Like I am growing, I am learning with my own mistakes and learning with the situations, previous situations I have dealt. So that's why I believe yes, solitude sometimes is a must-have, but also we need to have like a support group. And sometimes you are thinking the wrong way, and there's something so much simple that you can do to fix in order to fix the problem. So I agree with you. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't recall if you said it's good or not. Yes, now I remember. I'm sorry. I
It's
remember.
okay.
Yeah, I remember sometimes even your kitten need to be out of your room because
My
you need to
room.
concentrate. Okay. Do you know in the past we had that sign, traffic sign, men at work, like when building construction or repairing the streets. Right now you have to put on your room sign, women at work, don't disturb,
Yeah.
or even on air. You know that light on air on the radio.
Yeah. It's true.
Cool, cool. And let me ask you a question. For how long do you speak English? Because your English is top notch. I mean, it's really good, your English
I
level.
You too, you too. But thanks. I don't know, to be honest. I start to study, I don't know, since school, but I went to a public school, so it was not really well. But I don't know.
It doesn't count. It doesn't count.
Yeah, yeah, I
I
don't know.
remember I remember my gym. We have like basic elementary school and then high school. So my high school teacher asked us to write a translation dictionary. We spent the entire year, I would say we wasted the entire year written a word in English and its
Hmm.
translation in Portuguese. And I don't remember a word from that big notebook. You know what I mean? So it was useless. And I believe,
Yeah.
I'm almost sure the teachers didn't speak English. They
I
were, I don't know.
yeah, I think I don't know, it's sometimes it's like a loss of time of learning English at school because you always see verb to be in
I still don't know verb to be.
Yeah, yeah. Like I think I've learned English since I was a teenager, but basically watching TV shows, I guess, because sometimes I get confusing about use a verb to be or I don't know, do, does, have, had, has. Sometimes it's confusing because for us in Portuguese it's kind of
Different.
the same. Yeah, it's like or is totally different or is the same. Like it's just a
So,
verbo ser estar. So it's kind of different. So sometimes I get confusing, but yeah, I think I basically learn uh listening. I
yeah,
can understand really well, but sometimes I struggle to talk.
yeah, we are on the same boat. I mean, I've been studying since 2010, so 15 years right now. Of course, I had my peaks and valleys. Like, it's not 15 years in a row studying every single day. No, it's
Mm-hmm.
not. But like the last 3 years, I've been studying a lot. Not only studying, because studying is something subjective. I would say practicing,
Mm-hmm.
like trying to express myself and learning different expressions. And I work with an English team, so it's so much better. I have someone to refer, I have someone to ask questions, and then it's actually my biggest challenge always was how to practice. And that's why I'm here at Talk and Talk, because I found on the community back like 3 years ago, the best way to practice on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. And I'm glad that you are here participating on Talk and Talk. We have really good people here, skilled people, and we have other people that are doing their best, trying to learn, trying to practice. We know it's not that easy, and sometimes it's something lonely on our family. I am the only one that speaks English and Spanish. Well, actually, my wife speaks Spanish, but English, I'm the only one that speak on my family. So sometimes it's sad because I don't have anyone to share a meme or to share a video or something that's only in English because they wouldn't understand.
Yeah, I'm really shy to speak English with others. So, for
In front of
example,
your family.
yeah, so
Okay.
my husband, he is fluent. So, but I can't speak with him. I'm always shaking, nervous, shy. I can't. And I don't know, I really need to break this wall because well, I can learn from him. So,
Yeah, so take advantage of this
yeah.
to have a partner at home with that skill set. So
Yeah.
we have no time left. I have shared with you the survey URL. Please go there, evaluate. Unfortunately, I will know that it's just you, so I will know your opinion. But please be my guest if there's something that you think we need to improve. Go there, and if you have any suggestion, please leave your
Okay.
comments there. Okay?
Thank
I
you,
really
Leandro.
enjoyed our conversation, and let's
It's
wrap this
really
up.
nice. Okay, bye bye. Have a good night.
Bye.